What is up, guys? It's your boy Kyger back with another Hypixel skyblock video, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys everything you need to know about getting into Master Mode of the Catacombs. So, essentially, as most people already know, Mage is, like, not nearly as viable in Master Mode as it is in regular dungeons. And so, Hyperion isn't as effective. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to abandon Mage entirely or get rid of your Hyperion. Left-click Mage is still very, very effective in the boss at high kata level, and right-click Mage is still viable for the clear up until about M5. Now, here's the thing. Ideally, the biggest problem with Mage and Master Mode is that you don't have a lot of EHP as a Mage. You gotta get really up close and personal, and Master Mode mobs do a lot of damage. You will most likely die before you can kill anything if you try to go in your classic, like, Storm with, you know, Hyperion setup. It's not gonna end well. Most times people do end up having to swap over to an Estrella in the boss fight, or not in the boss fight, in the clear. Most people have to use an Estrella in order to survive, and if you do, it's not, like, great, but it's not too big of a problem. And, of course, you will also want to get yourself a second set of Storm, reforged to Ancient. You want full Storm, not Wither Goggles, because, well, the Storm Helmet gives more intelligence, and it's not based off of ability damage, so Storm Helmet is actually the best helmet for left mage. Now, pretty much with all of that together, you need a pretty high kata level to be truly effective in the boss as a left-click mage, but if you can clear well with your Hyperion/Estrella, then you should be alright in the lower Master Mode floors, but you will definitely have to get a separate weapon, either a giant sword or a claymore, if you want to start going left-click mage in M3 or M5. But moving beyond that, let's talk about the actual central meta that is what people do in Master Mode, which is using Archer, using Terminator, Juju, etc. Juju is passable up until M3. You might be able to get away and sneak into some parties using a Juju, but in M3, most cases you will need something like an AOTS Giant Sword swap if you're going to be playing Burst. You are never going to play Archer if you have a Juju short bow in Master Mode. It is not how it works. Just don't try. Swallow your pride. If you have a Juju, you get on Burrs when you're playing Master Mode. That is that. Now, on the other hand, if you do have a Terminator, like myself, then that's when things start to get extra fun in Master Mode, and you can start messing around in some of the higher Master Mode floors, like M3 through 5. Now, obviously, it's not just Terminator that carries, alright? You need some utility gear in order to get away with being able to do this, and what I like to use is Ice Spray, Wither Cloak, AOTV, Super Boom, Zombie Sword, and Stunk. Obviously, if you have the money, this will be replaced with a Hyperion. I am poor. Look at my purse. I am very, very broke right now, alright? It's not good. It's not good. But we're going to work towards getting the Hyperion soon. You should also have a Rabbit Hat and 2 Bonzo Masks. I recommend usually putting on these Bonzo Masks before you enter any mini-boss rooms in M3 or higher, just in case there's a Shadow Assassin, and said Shadow Assassin wants to do a little bit of trolling. So I'm going to go set up my Talisman powers correctly, and we'll get further into the video. Yes. Now, obviously, Master Mode is very, very dangerous. It hurts. It's not the easiest floors to play, alright? All of the mobs do a heck of a lot of damage. I believe... Okay, good. This is my Professor head, not my Sedan head. I am not dumb. So, if you see, and you look on the right, I have 100 crit chance, 100 attack speed. You need that with Term. 100 attack speed increases your DPS by 1.5x. It is insanity. So we're going to go Archer with our Baby Yeti, and then we're kind of just going to head in and assess the situation. This is a mini-boss room, and there we have a Shadow Assassin, so we're going to get him to come over here, Ice Spray him, and shoot him down. Here is, however, somewhere where I am going to use a Bonzo Mask swap, because yellow room is a little bit scary, you know. Especially a Shadow Assassin yellow room. So we're gonna go right here, cloak up, get him to teleport, take that off, and then ice spray him. And you see there, we needed our Bonzo Mask. He pretty much instantly killed us right there, which obviously that's what you're gonna be looking out for. Shadow Assassins are no joke in Master Mode. Don't see a name tag anywhere, and it is. So I'm gonna go here. He's gonna spawn in. It's not a yellow room Shadow Assassin, so I should be able to kill him before he pops my Bonzo Mask, which, yes, I am. It's really only yellow room Shadow Assassins that you really have to worry about. I just put on the Bonzo Mask just to be careful because they do still hurt. And you see the Angry Archaeologist right there does a ridiculous amount of damage as well. Obviously, I am playing a bit scuffed right now. I could be playing this much better than I am. So, yeah, we're just going to leave the puzzle rooms uncleared. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put on the Professor Head again and head back over to the Blood Room in order to, you know, like, just enter boss, kind of show what's up. Definitely one thing is that M3 boss fight is not easy, but I can almost solo. I might be able to. It depends if I play strategically. But, yeah. So I need to definitely be on Tiger for this, because otherwise I will fail. So, essentially, what you want to do is you want to get all of them low. You want to have a... If you're soloing, which you wouldn't be, you want to have a decoy in front of Chaos regardless, because if you're not a great archer, then you will want him there so that he doesn't kill you. So, yeah, you pretty much just want to get all of the Guardians nice and low. And I accidentally killed Chaos, just like in the last video, because I'm good at this game. Yep. We're gonna do Reinforced Guardian, and Laser's gonna start hurting like a... I love this so much. Laser is cringe. That's my defense. Laser Guardian is cringe. But like you get the gist. You know, M3 clear. I've cleared M3 enough that I don't have to be super careful, so I am going to hop into an M5 real quick so I can show exactly what it would seem for maybe like a Kata, I don't know, like 32 to be running M3, how they'd have to run that, because M5 mobs hit a lot harder, they hurt a lot more, so I'm going to jump into an M5 and sort of just show what the clear is like in there, because I'm going to have to be a lot more careful in an M5 run than I would have to be in an M3 run. So, when we get in, I'm going to swap out my Professor Head for my Livid Head in just a moment. I don't think my Professor Head is any more maxed out than my Livid Head is, so I actually should have more EHP here. Yeah, no, my Livid definitely has better stats, but that's just because I think they have the same enchanting stuff. And Livid has better base stats because it's a higher floor. So, now, we immediately get a mini-boss room, which is terrifying in M5. So I'm going to go on with my Bonzo Mask. It's a Shadow Assassin yellow room. Or not, it's a Shadow Assassin mini-boss room. This guy may very well almost insta-kill me. I'm going to let him teleport again. And then do that. If you're really hyperextending yourself, which by doing M5 clear by myself I am, then you definitely want to be very, very careful with Shadow Assassins. You see, I didn't actually end up having to proc my Bonzo Mask there because I was being extra careful. I waited until I knew that the Ice Spray was about to run out, and then put my Wither Cloak back up. That is definitely something you want to do. You're going to have to Wither Cloak like a couple times if you're on a floor that you're not necessarily comfortable clearing on without a tank, because obviously Shadow Assassins can pretty much insta-kill you. Shadow Assassins can like 3-shot Kata 50s on M5. I don't know if that's true, but I think it is, because they can. Because M7 Shadow Assassins can like 1-shot Kata 50s if they want to. So yeah, and then there's Fells, obviously. Fells are terrifying. They hurt a lot, and they're really hard to hit, especially if they're speedy. I think this is a Shadow Assassin room. I could be... No, it's a frozen adventure. So, we'll take care of this guy. Frozen adventures usually aren't too challenging. If you just keep your distance, they're basically the same as a lost adventure. There's literally no difference, actually. If you just keep your distance, it's not that hard. But the only problem is that it's kind of risky to actually try to get in an ice spray on them. That's the only problematic thing. But we can kind of just go right here and just spam him with our term. He's gonna get the gapple off, but that's the only one he'll get off. He just... That was... fun. The debate. The absolute debate. That would have been such a good moment if I dropped it while I was recording this video. That would have been beautiful, but... What the... Exhibit A as to why you need to be extremely careful on M5. That guy just one-shot me. So... Yeah. Master mode is a terrifying, terrifying place to mess around with. You cannot get a second of safety when you are running Master mode. It is terrifying every second of the way. It's rough. It is hard out there. But if you have the right gear and you are prepared enough, you know, like if I put on my second Bonzo mask, I probably could have made it into the boss room. Obviously, instead I would die, because you need a tank in M5, but that is not the point. So yeah, you see, like, if as long as you're careful and you're able to, like, play strategically, you saw I was able to kill the Shadow Assassin in the first room without actually even proccing my Bonzo mask. If you're extra careful, you make sure to time your Wither Cloaks and your Ice Sprays correctly, and you can take down Shadow Assassins actually pretty easily, if you're just careful. You're definitely gonna have to be much slower and much, much safer when doing this, because it is far, far different from clearing in, for example, floor 6 or floor 7, where I like to clear in half terror because it does more damage, even though I'm cutting it out with like 100k EHP. And I still don't go below half health, because nothing deals damage to you in regular floors. Master mode is different. It's a whole new world of pain and suffering, but it gives good cat XP, so it's worth it. Yeah, but that's pretty much all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. In a soon upcoming video, I'm going to do a breakdown of why Terminator overall performs better in Master Mode than Hyperion, and why the two are either better, worse, pros and cons of each of them, comparing them, getting into some advanced mathematics. Not really that advanced, but like still some kind of nerdy stuff. But that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. 25 mil giveaway at 250 subs. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.